Lại đây, lại đây. Lại đây. Lên tới nơi người ta lên chụp hình gia đình anh chơi.
Okay, we'll get some more.
This project began quite a long time ago. Many people here understand that. I got involved in about early 2013 with a mayor, Pete Lewis, prior to Mayor Nancy Backus, and kind of got things going about why we wanted this in Auburn. And we're thrilled that it ended up here, and I'm sure people will speak to that process today. So I'm going to turn it over to our Mayor, Nancy Backus. She's been a real supporter of this project and understands the value of veterans in our community, and especially of this project. We've been working really hard at Les Gove Park here, this campus, to do great things with a library and a senior center and a community center, and this really adds to some of the great things we're doing here. It's great to see so many people here. We were asked to set up 30 to 50 chairs. That was absolutely inadequate. So enjoy your 20-minute stand of this ceremony. It's not going to be long. We'll do the ribbon cutting, and then there's another ceremony following at about noon, celebrating, I believe it's the Vietnamese Armed Forces Day. So that's outstanding as well. Mayor Nancy Backus, let's give her a big round of applause.
Thank you, Daryl. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How many of you thought this day was going to become a reality? Yeah, some of you have both hands up because you knew, you believed the fact that when you have minds and hearts that believe in something so much that there is no way that it can not come to fruition. Daryl mentioned the support of the city, and I'd like to introduce two of our council members that are here today. Our longest serving council member Bill Pelosa, and also council member John Holman. Now, all three of us were on the city council on December 2nd, 2013, when we passed the resolution in support of this beautiful monument and memorial. And since then, and even before then, it was not an easy journey. Alan Lon, I'm sure you will agree. Although I will tell you the best part of this journey, besides seeing this today, were the delicious cookies and food that you would bring into our office. But seeing a community come together, knowing that the veterans in our community are going to be honored, when in some cases they were not honored when they came home from Vietnam. They did not have an opportunity to celebrate their courage, their bravery, their dedication to our country. Now I hope in some small way this memorial will allow them to know just how much they are appreciated, how much they are loved, and how much we are here to support them. So for those of you who are veterans, please know that we are indebted to you forever for your service to our country. Thank you for that. And for those who served in the Vietnamese Army or in the military, thank you for your service, for your willingness to fight for your country, to fight alongside soldiers from the United States. We are here together today, unified as we were then, in the belief that we have more similarities than we do differences. So thank you, each and every one of you. The crowd just continues to grow. When we broke ground on the day that it was beautiful that day, but when we identified this site, it was a tad bit windy. Today is perfect. It's not too hot, but it's the perfect time for us to celebrate how we come together as one. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Mayor Nancy. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Alliance co-presidents. It took an Army to do this, literally, or maybe Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, I'm not sure. But Lan Fan Jones, where's she sitting? Right here in front, and former Mayor Peter B. Lewis. Now I'm going to say this out loud. Hold the mic right up to your mouth, okay? Another conflict in one of the meetings. Who's going first?
Thank you. I'm Pete Lewis, and welcome everyone here. One of the things that we wanted to do was talk about the members of the Alliance. Co-presidents, Lon Jones, myself, the treasurer, Steve Koenig, and Secretary Alan Jones. Tom Stoddard, he's the past co-president, and the former director of the state VA, John Lee, who couldn't be here today. We also have with us Dan Hyde. Now, he has been the city attorney for the city of Auburn for a very long time, but more importantly, he's been liaison for this effort the whole way through. Now, we have some other people to introduce, and I have my more than capable, because she does almost everything, co-president Lon Jones.
Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce the Vietnamese board member, because I don't think Peter can do that well. The first one I would like to introduce to you, that's Chuyên Nguyễn and Tảng Đỗ, with the alternate Nghĩa Đỗ, Tùng Trần. Where is he? All right, that's good. Hùng Trần and Hương Trần. Duy Nguyễn, Diễm Thúy Trần, Trình Nguyễn, Mỹ Linh Ngô, and Đông Thành Võ. Liên Đức Nguyễn, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Two guests came here from California. She is the wife of General Ngô Quang Trưởng. So I would like to introduce to you Mrs. Ngô Quang Trưởng. Yeah, he is a famous general for the South Vietnamese people.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us here today. We're going to talk a little bit about this and how it all took place. You see, this started off more than 12 years ago down in Olympia. And it was supported by the State Department of Veteran Affairs. And it went on for a few years. And there was great discontent and uproar about it. And the project there was canceled. I received a call from John Lee, who was the director, the state director at that time. And he said, "You have the largest Veterans Day parade west of the Mississippi. Would you consider personally supporting us on having such a monument in Auburn?" And I said yes right away. I talked to the city council on many occasions, and I have to tell you, the city council then, the city council now, the mayor now, they've all been very supportive of this project. Now, when it first came to Auburn, we had a problem again. But it was different this time. It wasn't about some of the things that have haunted us in the past. It was only about the location. And we did it the Auburn way. We got together and listened to each other and talked and worked it out so that we would have this monument here. I really am pleased with all the work that's been done by the city, everybody in the city. Congratulations to the mayor for having, and the city council, and the park staff, and the public works people, all the people who have taken part of this. This makes a difference for many of us. It's personal. For those who are American born. This is the war a half century ago, my wife continues to remind me, that we came back from. And we were vilified. We were ostracized. We were told terrible names. We weren't allowed to go into some of the places other veterans were allowed to go. We were told not to talk about where we'd been at work or at college. We were told to keep quiet. And for a generation, we did that. Now, I was fortunate, I was saved from a lot of this because my wife, Kathy, who's right there in blue, yes, Kathy, she's a lifetime member of the VFW, and she convinced me to start to talk to people again. About the same time, a very wise man, John Wise, the mayor of Enumclaw, past mayor, came to me and we worked out something to help veterans, which later became the King County Veterans Levy that went through. All of this started drawing me back to the veterans. John Lee talked to me and we brought it back. But it was hard for you, all of the people in this room. You had the nightmares. I know about those. The night sweats, the jump when you heard a loud noise. It was hard to be in a big group. You suffered a lot, and you suffered it quietly. And a few years ago, it all started to change. Now, I go to a lot of veterans forums, the Vietnam Veterans Forums, and they still talk, you know, when people say thank you for your service, there's still anger in there. They're still talking. What happened now that's so different that we're okay? But there's a lot of healing going on at the same time, and I believe that this is part of the healing. For our American veterans from Vietnam, we lost a war. You lost your country. Millions died during the war. Millions died trying to leave Vietnam, and millions more died at what they called relocation, retraining camps, which were concentration camps by any other name. You had the same problems. You were boat people coming here. You had to start all over. There was no chance, no credit, no positive image that you could come up with because nobody would listen. Matter of fact, the veterans of Vietnam have talked about their motto, which is never again will one generation forget another, because you were forgotten. For the veterans from America, from Vietnam, for the veterans from Vietnam who have come to America, this is your place. Now, you've heard me many a times over the long period of time it took all of you to raise $130,000 or more at all the different fundraisers we went to. And I continue to say it, and I'll say it again just a little differently this time. We are all welcome here. Thank you.
Before I start my speech today, I would like to introduce you some people. For me, that's very, very important. That is our money guys. Two of them help us to raise $130,000 for building this one. I would like to introduce to you Mr. Anthony Tone and Tong Chan. So I just call them, that's our money guys here. And we cannot build this one without the design, right? So I would like to introduce to you a person who designed this memorial. That is architect, engineer, Jason Layton. Well, when we have a design, we should need someone to build it, right? So, okay, where he is. And that is Joseph Phan Nguyen. So how do you think about this memorial? This look beautiful, right? So they really do a good job, don't they? All right, thank you, you guys. Thank you. As you know, I am not good in speaking, but everything I say today should come from my heart. First of all, I would like to say thanks everyone being here. And I would like to invite all of the Vietnam War veterans to stand up or stand out for everyone recognize you. Yeah. Yes, please give them a big applause here. Today we have another chance to say thank you so much for your service in South Vietnam many years ago. And as I promised from the last ceremony, we will build this memorial for you. And we hope when you come here, you will feel peace, healing, and it will make you proud. And this memorial is also for 59,000 Americans, 300,000 South Vietnamese who gave their lives in Vietnam. And it is for the veterans who served and passed away after the war. And for me, myself, it is for my father, Khánh Phan, and for Thái Phan and Đơn Trần. They are the member of Alliance that passed away. I just feel they are here with us today in spirit, and I'm sure they are up there looking down and smiling. The memorial is also for the younger generation, that they may come here to learn about the history, to remember and be proud of their heritage. We would like to say thank you to Mayor Nancy Vickers and all of the City Council members for your support. We cannot have this memorial without your support. Also, we thank Dan Hai, Daryl, Favor, Keith, and all the staff of the Auburn City. Everyone we met was so nice and helpful. We also thank to Alliance members and hundreds of people who have supported, worked, and donated to make this memorial possible. So now I would like to have all of the young Vietnamese come up here with me. Please come up here. Tùng, Trình, Joseph. Well, I think we have a... All right. You can see we are the daughter and son of the South Vietnamese veteran. We call ourselves that is second generation. I'm the one too, but you can see I'm the oldest one. For them, they still young. They are still young. May God and Buddha bless all of you. And from our heart, we would like to say Happy Father's Day to all of the Vietnam War veteran dad. We will make you proud. Thank you very much.
So I was reminded that I forgot to do one more thing by the money people. You might notice that there's some tiles up here. The tiles are not just for those who didn't come back. The tiles are for all of us. It's for yourself, for your best friend, for your father, for your son, for your cousin, your aunt, your niece. This is about contributing and being a part of a monument for Vietnam and being proud of the fact that we're all Vietnam veterans together and that together we built this. We'll have an ongoing effort with these tiles. There's going to be tiles available. I was just reminded that we should probably raise the price, but we haven't done that yet. But this is about a living legacy that we're passing on to the generations. Younger people are here now. Vietnam veterans are starting to pass. This legacy needs to live on, and you're part of how that's going to be done. I thank you so much for all that you've done so far. It's very much appreciated. We've got order forms here. We've got a little bit of room still to go, and you have your opportunity as well. One last thing, there's so many different groups here. I can't list them all, but I want to thank you all for coming and be sure that you're going to be a part of all our celebrations. Daryl, I think I need to be able to get out of here.
Well, I thought you'd try to sell some tiles before you were done. That's the ex-banker coming out right there. Anyhow, it is great, as I mentioned, to see so many people. And this coming next Saturday, there's going to be about 10,000 kids in this bar next Friday for our annual Auburn Kids Day. And I hopefully that history lesson there and seeing this will get them intrigued about how did this war happen? How did it end? What happened? So this is an education opportunity also for our community. So for all of you who helped be involved in this, super supportive Auburn Mayor, Council. We're going to cut the ribbon here in just a second, and then obviously on Veterans Weekend when we do our annual Veterans Day Parade, this park hosts some at the Senior Center. We host a great breakfast and another opportunity for people to actually see and use this for the purpose it was built. So thanks for coming out today. I would like to invite Mayor Nancy Backus and our two council members, Councilmember Bill Pelosa, I believe Councilmember John Holman had to leave unfortunately. Come on up, we're going to do the ribbon cutting. Mayor Lewis. I'm getting this, I was told by Lan exactly how to do this. In the front will be Lan. Come on up. That's right.
Everybody? Alliance members?
The Alliance members, please all come up and kind of stand in the area right behind them. There'll be tons of opportunities for photos for everybody afterwards. We'll clear this out. It's just such a beautiful memorial. I'd like to first say thank Joseph, whoever's contact where you go, Joe. We had a great time working on this together. It's just a beautiful monument. So I'm not sure who the chief photographers are. I know there are a lot of them, but this will be your chance to come on up here. And with all big projects, I bring my big scissors. I was told not to run with it. Okay, the official cutters. Thanks, Mayor.
These aren't the sharp ones?
We'll go deep. All right, are we ready? Has everybody got a good smile and all the cameras ready? Yes. All right, 1, 2, 3, cut. Oh, they look great. Yeah. You guys, would it help if they tightened up a little now, photographers?
Okay, everybody get closer.
Bên đây qua bên đây được không? Qua bên đây được. Qua bên đây qua bên đây. Vì cho nó nhiều quá. Okay. Perfect. Ngon. Đi. Đăng hàng. Okay.
Nói gì được, gì
Especially when we get together, like now, put on Facebook.
Có gì đâu. Đi vậy mà.
Tôi nghe tiếng Việt em thật sự lục tôi ơi một mình nữa quên
Ai rồi đây?
Cảm ơn chị. Cảm ơn chị.
beautiful in there.
là xuân thành bên ngoài có
Ôi,